All right, guys, here we're going to talk about the Santa Clarita Diet, Season 3, Episode 7.
Hey!
I enjoyed this episode.
I did too.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. We'll see you next week.
Where did it open? Do you remember?
It opened with Joel eating Ron's cake. And this sets up a weird subplot that I imagine will be Joel having diabetes. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I sincerely doubt it.
You think so?
Yeah, no, there's no diabetes in his future.
Okay.
Maybe zombieism.
Well, that's what I mean. Oh, you have crippling diabetes. I'm going to have to bite you now. He mentions, this is the time I usually eat cookies and stuff like that. They kept mentioning him eating all these sweets.
They do bring it up an awful lot.
She says,
he's like,
you're stress eating again, aren't you?
I'll work out enough that I can eat cake for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something going on there. Maybe nothing. Maybe the season will end and I won't be able to get to it. I don't really think he has diabetes that must be cured by being undead, but they're doing something.
I wouldn't hate it, though.
Could just be stress eating. Maybe season 4 would have opened with him having gained 50 pounds, looking like Fat Thor.
I don't think he would ever do that.
Nope.
I think Timothy is like, nope, my body's my brand.
My body's my temple.
I like the cakey, though, and him trying to pick out, like, oh, is there some sort of liqueur in this? Oh, is it Kahlua? No.
I didn't love that, but I love that every conversation they do something. They're never just talking.
Yes, there's always something happening that is interrupting a conversation, that is bringing some sort of humor to the
There's always a rhythm,
forefront.
there's always a back and forth, there's always something happening.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. Even if I don't laugh at the joke, I like that they're structuring it like that all the time.
Yeah, I really just like his delivery on things and how he swings back in and out through a conversation like a figure eight, where it's like, oh, I got this weird shit happening, here's the actual topic, come back around to my goofy shit, got the topic again, like...
I don't know how much of that is the writing. Timothy Olyphant is a producer or something on this show. I don't know what that means either, but I don't know how much of that's him or the performance or the writing or whatever. But yeah, it's amazing. Like we've kind of shat on Drew Barrymore before or whatever, but in that exact conversation, as it cuts between them, I was like, you are so much better than you are. like just the way that they were talking or whatever. Like the delivery, because she's like, I stole Abby's phone and all that stuff, and he's like, yeah, suck it, Abby. Oh, and he's doing all these things with his face and his mouth. He's doing all these things.
Well, I think it's partly the parts they're playing too, because Drew's been in some things where I'm like, wow, Drew's really a good actress. Like,
no, I don't mean like she's not talented.
And I think it's the playing the mom and some of her choices on how she is playing that character, that it is and some of that might even be like what would you call it? Like, not fake enthusiasm that a mom would have, but
exactly.
Kind of that.
No, that's what I like, the benefit of the doubt that I'm giving her and stuff, but I'm just not enjoying it as much as like you could you could take Timmy O's performance as being corny as well. But something about it
corny,
comes through.
But it's the perfect kind of corny, because it's
punchy.
It's really good. It's got a vibe to it. Yeah. Like, there's a certain amount of charisma that he carries with him.
And they should be different. There should be like a contrast. But I'm still kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. It would be weird if they were exactly the same.
Right?
I guess we could put him in a wig.
Where like one person writes the whole thing, and every character just talks like the same character, and you're like, okay. We get Abby going to the Meals on Wheels thing. That's all right too.
Yeah. I wonder how long it will be till we find out that she bit that.
I was going to say, she already bit her, right? It's not like she wants to bite her.
Because the way...
That's how I took it.
The way they express it when they find out... What is the guy's name?
Morgan.
Morgan? Wait, Morgan's the guy with the cake?
Ron brought the cake.
Ron.
Morgan was his roommate who got...
I was going to say, when they find out that Ron is biting people independently,
yes.
Just all willy-nilly, I think that you're going to... and they say, who would do that? Who would
he's like,
turn
what kind of monster would do that? She's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the face of someone thinking about it. It's the face of someone who did it.
That's how I took it, too.
Yeah.
So, I imagine next episode, we got to stop this zombie pandemic.
Do you think we'll see Ron for a little while, or will we keep chasing his aftermath?
No, it's gonna be like the, like social media updates that kind of obtusely, like indicate his path through the world to give them clues to do like the whole thing.
Yeah. I kind of like that. You keep running into these weird things.
Yeah, because you can now set up any situation you want. Guy at a gas station, thing at a hotel, thing at a thing, amusement park, Ferris wheel operator, anything really.
Anywhere he would be in a normal day,
Well, because he was. They were like, he's been at a skate park all day. Like, true to form, the being undead totally scrambles your personality.
Well, and maybe he lived in fear of falling, and now he's like, I can't be hurt.
Well, he told that story.
We're going to see him with like part of his jaw showing when he fell.
Oh, God, that would be great if he was duct taping himself back together after constantly falling because he's horrible at skating. Print it.
I could see it.
Yeah.
We'll see. What else happened in this
Joel is like, what if I was the Knight of Serbia, and does the whole thing.
Yes.
There's a
Some of
montage
that is
way
so goofy.
of trials and stuff.
Yeah.
I blacked all that out. The only cool part to me was when he puts the pear in the chicken, and then later he's like, oh, it's like the pear in the chicken.
Yeah,
Makes so much sense
callback.
now. Yeah, and the show's really good at doing that too, where they call back to stuff.
Do you
So.
think that is the intention of that practice?
I hope so.
Like,
That's all we're ever gonna know about it, though. But
don't
yes.
know.
And I wonder, so like, it would be really cringy if like they really harped on like all 10 trials, and like they made sure all 10 of them had like a like weird wax on, wax off
payoff in the
correlation to
reality,
something.
yeah.
But just to have like the craziest, weirdest one, where he's like, put a pear in a raw chicken, and then have that be like, oh, and have like a dumb thing like.
Maybe chickens took less time to cook back then.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Like the dialogue here, and it's a lot of good Eric and Joel.
And the two of them are great together.
father son like
Yeah,
bonding
up
thing.
until the cringy bits where we're like, Eric is like, oh, I'm getting all I need out of this, like type of things.
yeah.
Like those I don't like so much, but all the back and forth,
Yeah.
them talking about things, like they're rationalizing the different tests.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's great.
When Eric
Oh,
is
this one's just for lepers. Sorry.
this page is just for leopard.
Yeah.
When Eric does the thing, like thousands of years ago this was written down, then 100 years ago someone rewrote it in like a concise manual. 97 years ago somebody with better handwriting rewrote it. When he's going through this whole dumb thing, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like that, I love that. But yeah, some of like the like, are you getting what you need out of this, buddy? That came out of like left field for me, and I was like, what are we doing? Stop, no, and like move on. Yeah. But
that's where it took the turn for me as well. But overall, I was willing to forgive those parts because the funny parts were funny enough that it carried the shitty parts.
Overall, it's great, and I love how tight it is because we're not going to have to, like, imagine several episodes of, like, what's the next trial, and that's what like, drives the plot, and they're like, we need to find, a swan. Oh, my God, where can you get a swan? I know someone that works at a bird store. And then you go through this whole dumb thing. That would have been great. Never mind.
I really
go back.
I really like how he says his name after each trial because that's like what people would do in those things. Like people, I'm trying out for Bob. I'll do a flip. John, whatever.
Like he's auditioning for the real world and he's sending his VHS in or something.
Well, you say your name a million times so it stays in their head.
Yeah.
And I want there to be a callback when they're actually who they're going to choose, and they say his name. I said it a million times, so it stick with your face.
That way they know my name. Where have I heard that name? See, it's working or something stupid like that. Yeah. So I will skip some stuff because then we are tracking down Ron. We go to Morgan's apartment.
Yes.
Who is Ron's roommate or something. He's kind of effeminate. You're doing the whole thing. He's obviously
been in things
undead.
Before, very familiar face.
Yes.
I couldn't place him exactly, but I was like, I know you.
Yeah.
And he's a zombie. So
he's a zombie.
That causes some fun. Zombies in general, I always have a weird thing where even if you somehow are stronger, which doesn't make sense, but it often is that way. And maybe it's just the part
where... She could catch rabbits.
I know. She got faster, stronger, just all that stuff. Her teeth somehow can bite through things. Like it's the metamorphosis that in most zombie things really like pisses me off. Because in all likelihood, if I was just wearing a leather jacket, leather gloves, and leather pants, I'd probably be totally bite-proof. Because even if you could sever my finger in the glove, your teeth aren't made to bite through leather.
Well, and just like a bite, spreading it or something is crazy in the first place. Because they should be like, there are zombie things where like the bite is like deadly and like that will spread it. But you can explode their head and get blood all over your face and like it's not getting into your like.
Oh, it's just saliva. Yeah.
If the blood like gets in your eye or something, then like it's in your bloodstream.
28 days later, it happens.
Yes,
that
exactly.
Way. Yeah.
So like different things are more and more, more or less like realistic.
Yeah, some are just a scratch, and you're like, oh, it's a deadly world.
iZombie, stupid, freaking, don't even.
Oh, there are ones before iZombie that were like that.
iZombie is the main one that I know, where they have their scratch and nail. It goes like a cat, and then they do their thing. But yes, I agree. I like when like the strength of the zombies, right, is obviously in their numbers, but also in their not having fear or like pain.
Yes, and you could be stronger from not having pain.
Yes, but not like the materials your body is made out of don't get stronger.
When you're just with your hands like ripping a horse apart in the Walking Down, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Kidding me?
So like they should be trying to bite at stuff and have their teeth like breaking off and weird stuff happening. It would be really awesome. But no, usually they're just Superman.
That's why I was like, in this, I'm like, the three of them should be able to destroy this guy like it's nothing because he's just like a weak human.
No, well, in this universe, they get superpowers.
I know. I'm not as big a fan of that as.
He also though drop kicks Sheila, and like, did he know karate before he became a zombie? Was that his thing? I could see that.
That was his thing.
He did a whole like axe kick or whatever.
It wasn't his thing, but when you turn,
he suddenly learned he knows karate like that. Yeah, exactly.
He was repressing his.
Yeah. That's one of my silly pet peeves, when people get powers unrelated to any training or like skills or anything, and all of a sudden they are fighting like a kung fu master or something like that. And I'm not going to mention Luke Cage, but I just did, and I love when someone just like grabs the guy, pushes his face down, and like stop or whatever. And you're like, oh great, right? But yeah, he shouldn't be doing kicks and flips and weird stuff unless that's his backstory. Unless that's his whole thing, where I am trained or something like that, and I have some sort of reason to be doing it.
I was just watching a thing with Willem Dafoe about Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man.
And how he demanded to be in the suit at all times because he didn't want a trained fighter or anything. He's like, I'm not a trained fighter. Blah, blah. Oh. He's like, the stuntman wouldn't know how I move. I move like this. And like,
listen, when he jumps up on that table and goes, ha, like that sold it for me. That's perfect, because that's what I want. Yeah, he's not even in, like when he first gets gassed, and like wakes up and grabs chokes the guy and stuff. He like does this weird jump on like the table, and it's this brilliant scene because he is it's like a crazy old guy just jumping on a table. Yeah,
much better
choice.
But yeah, so I like the Luke Cage slapping them around like they're 2-year-olds. Like
that's kind of pushing him.
Yeah,
and the guy's like, I'm being pushed, and like can't stop him because he's so like.
By and large, our zombies, we haven't got Sheila doing anything really crazy.
We toned this down.
She really just jumps and bites necks a lot.
Yes.
Which even that, I'm like, biting a neck, ouch. It could happen.
You could do that.
We'll test it.
And they're full of like thick, viscous black goo.
Yes.
So wounds just sort of just kind of fold it back over, and you're like, okay, like this is craziness or whatever. Anyway, I love this whole sequence. The guy's funny, where he's like, want to come in the kitchen? No? One at a time. No, come. Okay, do that. We should do that in the kitchen. Like his whole dumb thing.
Yes.
Abby showing up with the cupcakes. Hi, Dad! And like doing the whole stupid thing. Like, great.
Aren't you going to answer the door? I suppose.
Fine. He does the whole thing. Because like at that point, we all know exactly. But I think even leading up to that, we're kind of like, what's going on?
What were his reasons for not eating the cupcake? Or did you say I'll eat it?
Did he even do anything? I think he was just like fine. It was like whatever.
Well, but in the kitchen, there's crumbs.
There's so many crumbs. We should leave those in the kitchen. One at a time. Yeah, exactly. No, and like that's the same gag they've played like a bunch of times, but they make it fresh here.
Well, yeah, like now it's being used on them.
And you're seeing Joel like pick up on the whole thing. Yeah, let's all have cupcakes. You go first.
I thought he would eat one though.
Right? And they're
like, I thought any excuse to get a little cupcake.
Well, like how does he know or whatever? Oh, I'm sorry, Joel.
No, Joel.
Yeah. No, and like I don't even know how Ron knows all the rules. I guess they told him, and then Ron told Morgan all the rules already. Like it's very like I don't know what's going on.
He may have tried to eat something and vomit.
And already knew from that or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron seems like he's a free spirit now, and he's too busy to sit down and like explain to people like what's going on.
Yeah, he's bite and run,
Exactly. Just a little nibble.
Well, a dollop will do you.
Nibble and dribble. He's just out of there. No, I like it. He says, I've been nice forever, but that's over now, or something like that. Abby goes behind him. They're like, Abby, wait in the car. She's like, fuck no, or whatever. That's awesome thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what I skipped earlier. There's been a setup where Joel needs to have an heir.
Yes.
Or else he can't become a knight.
so into it.
Oh my God. And Sheila even calls him on that. She's like, it's not that it's too dangerous. It's that if she's in that position, like, we won't be able to get her out of it because she wants to be in it. And the whole thing.
Yeah.
Where he was like, maybe we can adopt a full-grown man and make him my heir.
I figured that he was going to pull Eric into this and be like, okay, you're going to pretend to be my son, da-da-da, this and that.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen, and I was like, oh, that's refreshing, actually, that you didn't try this thing.
Because Abby's the natural choice.
Yeah.
Abby the brave. Abby the warrior. First of her name. Breaker of chains. Abby is here. And she actually kills Morgan. It's like wonderful.
Yeah.
And they respond like parents. They're like, no, Coral, no. They go in.
Well, because that's certainly a moment. You're like, you don't know how that's going to affect somebody long term. You just murdered somebody. Granted, they were trying to kill you, and they were not really alive to begin with. But it's still an emotional moment for most.
She responds like she responds logically. She's like, he was going to kill you, and they're like, honey, this is not what we want for you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We've been trying so hard. We're such bad parents. What are we doing? Right? All that stuff, and it's great. It's a nice little.
It is
nice little thing. I fucking died at this conversation
Which
that
one?
they have, where he's like, I wrote it all down. You could have called. You took my phone away. Well, use the landline. I don't know your number. You don't know our number. Dad, what's my number? And he's like, 3. And she just shouts, no.
Yeah.
And I laughed like like I watched it again because I was like looking for something. I was like scrubbing through and I just let this whole scene play. And I laughed the second time. Real laughter. Like real laughter, like something about Mary.
He has a great shocked face,
which he maintains for like the whole next sequence, where it's like this, like oh God, no, or something like that. It's amazing. I said, then I died happily, all caps, Joel's face. That's literally my note. It's amazing.
That's a note.
And this is a whole wonderful, because like think about how like corny that is for like Joel's like, oh yeah, I did get the alert or something like that, right? But he didn't see it because that's like normal that people don't see it, right? But he has to not see the alert. She has to not have her phone to be able to easily contact them. She has to see the alert. She has to know where they are, right? All this dumb stuff has to come together, but it all works here. There were no like alarm bells like, isn't that convenient?
No, it works great.
Right? It's like a nice thing where they plant it in the beginning. I took her phone away. Oh, she blew up a fracking site. And then she's screaming, and they're like, shh, fuck, and all that stuff. And then later in the episode, like 2 bookends, like rhyming whatevers. It all pays off because now that's why she had to do this whole thing, and now she's heir to the Knights of Serbia Death Squad.
Assuming he gets the position.
Well, we gotta see where all that goes.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't know how long the application process is, or if there's other people up against him. Is there gonna be a thing where like they're all now in like a group meeting who's gonna try out, like Men in Black? Like
I want a bunch of like even like more horrible stuff to happen, and then for them to be like, oh, no one else submitted, you're unopposed, and he's like, what? And he's like covered in some horrible stuff, or something horrible has to happen to him, right? And he's like, why didn't we just do this? Well, you still have to do the trials, and he's like, like crazy, like all that stuff, like yeah.
He should just send Morgan's head in a box, but I killed one. Let me have the job.
There you go. I'm already kind of freelancing, so maybe I should get on the clock. Oh, damn.
Yeah, let me get some of that money. How's that work?
Do you guys like pay?
You
pay me by like
thing?
not cutting my arms off?
Yeah.
That was a great scene too. Your boy Tommy shows up in the beginning.
Yes.
And they do the whole thing where he's like, whatever. I forget what line, like one of the lines here made me laugh too. One of the great
I was trying to think
responses.
of what that one was.
There was something great there, all right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great
Tommy
conversation.
in general, fantastic.
Yeah. Oh God, when he's like, I had a really good interview at the bird store. You might get a call as a reference. You tried to kill my wife. It would be great if you did not mention that, or whatever. It's like, and I'm not doing it right. He did it much better, where it was like, it would be great if you could not mention that, and the whole thing. And he's like, okay, and the whole your crossbow, my crossbow, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't have your crossbow. Okay, and he like he opens the door. I want my crossbow. And the whole thing, like dumb stuff like that, right? Little like you have to put these things in.
Yeah, good people. Most of the time, great writing. You know, it all adds up to be a pretty decent show. That, of course, got canceled.
I can't believe it got canceled now, because like for like early on in like the middle, after the first 2 episodes, I think we hit a little lull, and that was when we found, you found out and you announced to me that it's been canceled. Yeah, and I was like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense. And I thought, I guess we're in store for like a very like predictable, boring kind of like it peters out, or they try something really bold and like it doesn't work, or something dumb, right?
Yeah.
But now, like I feel like we're on the upswing, and this is like good, solid material.
There was a statement made by Netflix where like they're gonna lean towards shorter content like this, like not do long seasons of shows.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's something after they wrote something about Game of Thrones into this, like we don't want any long shows that have disappointing endings.
Oh no, it's Fallout from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Potentially.
So they've been doing shorter seasons, which I like. I've been seeing a lot more stuff that's like a tight 10 episodes, and I love that. But I think like you should keep doing a tight 10.
Yeah, forever.
Until you run.
Tight.
Yeah. No, like until people stop watching or say it's not good or something like that.
Yeah, and
like
it wasn't the cast not into it. The cast seemed to like the show.
Yeah.
Timothy Oliphant said, well, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to keep showing up. They just don't record it, I guess.
That's amazing. That's amazing. No, it's so dumb. And like people, I see tweets like, why are you greenlighting this crap? And you're not like, why are you fighting so hard to keep Friends on there and paying all this money, and then you're not going to pay good old Timmy Oliphant and the crew?
Well, I think it's simply they get so much more money from some of these other things.
Of course.
But there also should be a give and take where like this show, how much does this show cost?
It can't cost.
I can't imagine it's that much.
And it's such like a weird little gem.
Yeah.
Like not that like. this is a bold statement. I would not say, well, I could never cancel Netflix because the Santa Clarita Diet is on it.
Yeah.
But it would be one of like many Death by 1,000 cuts of like, no, I do watch a lot of shows on Netflix, right? Like every month or so, 1 or 2 shows should like come out where you're like, oh yeah, Stranger Things. Like there should be things where you're like,
seasons keep getting canceled on shows,
Yes.
I'm like, well, what is it now?
Well, and like, what's their alternative?
It was all
like,
the Marvel shows where I was like,
Yes.
all right, this and this
Right.
and this, and now I'm like, okay, they're all gone. All right.
Yeah. So like now their plan is, well, we don't want things to drag on too much. So rather than make a potentially mediocre series of a show that you want to see, we're gonna roll the dice and create new shows that you may not want to see. That's crazy to me. You should wait until something hits the point, which is probably like they probably have all these graphs. They probably have like whatevers. They can see when something falls below a certain threshold. Stop or whatever, right? Damn.
It's a sad.
We're gonna end on a sad note, I guess. But we have a few more episodes here. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes, no matter what. I hope they knew and they could shove in a little something.
We'll see. All right, guys, that was an episode of the Santa Clarita Diet. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.